Hello there, boys and girls, Lucky here, and welcome back to another CSGO video. Today I'm bringing you guys another 3 common AWPER mistakes right here on Mirage this time around. Since the last video went quite well, I thought I might make another one in order to help you guys a little more, but I'd say let's get right into it. So the first thing that I want to talk about is double scoping, like this, or double zooming, depending on what you would like to call it. But anyhow, so usually you can always do everything you want to do with an AWP just with a single zoom scope. The reason for that is, of course, as soon as you scoped in like this, you're already accurate. You're already having all of the benefits for your AWP. As soon as you're scoping in like this, of course you can see better up close, but you're losing lots of peripheral vision like that. Which means guys can sneak up on you a lot faster and quicker. Also meaning that while this, you cannot flick as fast, like cover the same distance like that. So it's really not that beneficial. Usually the single zoom scope is very sufficient for all instances. So let's say we're zooming in like this, we can see right here this part and to about the door or something like this. So we can see both points, and if we zoom in like that, we can only see like next to the dirt right here and towards the side of the A. Zoom in, once again, just like that. So we're losing about half of our FOV, which of course makes it a lot harder. And once again, it also is kind of messing with your aim a little bit to do the kind of flick. I mean, if you're head glitching, for example, in Dust 2 pit and you're kind of aiming up towards A side, of course, a double zooms like there in this scenario if the other guy's head glitching as well can be beneficial sometimes. But even if you're kind of just in this passive position, like usually double zoom, you should only use it most of the time if you're passive holding an angle. Because as long as you're not really knowing when to when to use which zoom level, you should only use the single zoom scope, and most of the time that's actually what you should be using anyways. So that's basically the biggest tip I can give you. I mean, of course, for long range passive angles it does work, but only if you know they're not kind of creeping up on you just close. So now let's talk about the next thing, re-peeking, which is actually a good spot right here, Mirage mid. So let's say Ts and CTs are both rushing towards mid, you're kind of jumping right here, and the CT is missing his shot. So what you're doing now is you're just kind of like right here, posting up like this, or maybe your other buddy jumped across and you're just holding the angle like this and you're waiting for him to re-peek. If the other guy is already posted up like this, the CT right here who's going to re-peek will be at a disadvantage because he will have to go out and then he has to scope in, aim at you and fire. 3 steps that he has to complete while the other guy just has to wait right here and do like a reaction shot and you're dead. So re-peeking really should not be done, at least not right after another. So very oftentimes, let's turn the sides. The guy right here, he kind of missed a shot, he went around the boxes, and now you're kind of holding this angle. So now you got the question, will he re-peek this spot again, or will he crouch to this side, or better said peek on this side? So you kind of have to flick, and once again, double zoom would kind of kill you in this scenario, because you wouldn't be able to see the other guy on the other side. So in this scenario, you kind of have to wait or kind of check in your mind, is he able to travel the distance by now, and then usually should kind of just move to one side and hold only one angle and then kind of maybe check the other in between. Of course you're not gaining as much intel, but if you're not really good with like your fast aim to the other side, you probably shouldn't do that, and this is kind of the only time when re-peeking makes sense, and this kind of ties into our last common mistake, which is positioning. Because re-peeking kind of ties into that. So let's say you're firing a shot right here, you're missing, and then you're going back to the same, and boom, you're dead, because you re-peeked the same angle. When you're AWPing, you want to kind of switch up your position as often as possible in order to keep the enemy guessing. If you're doing that, you're not getting easily pre-fired, and you can like gain an advantage over them by just alternating cover. Maybe even like if you do this one. Kind of risky though, because you're exposing lots of yourself, but I think this is still applying for the little bug where your head is kind of dipping down, so it should still work a little bit. But yeah, just using different angles and alternating between them, and then once again playing the mind games, not using like you can fire one shot from here, then you're going to this side, fire one from here, and then as soon as you're reaching this point, he will kind of probably expect you to go on this side again. So after covering like half the distance, go back and peek from the same side again. Just like keep him guessing and try to make the best out of your cover as much as like you possibly can. And yeah, if we're going on A side right here to ticket booth, you could be, if you're peeking connector, fire a shot from right here, and then you just kind of jump onto this box and then onto ticket booth itself, and you can take like another pick from right here. So just alternating angles really does help. So yeah, this pretty much wraps up my second video for common AWPER mistakes. I hope you found some of these in your own play, or better if not, because then you don't have to relearn them, but just letting you guys know. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and luckySkillFaker out.